Welcome, everyone, to Singularity Roleplay for our first episode of Who Killed Roger Rabbit, a goofy and gritty investigation game using Outgunned. While those of us around the game table have our safety tools in place, it's important to know if anything here tonight is something you're not comfortable with. If at any point during the stream you become uncomfortable or find the topics discussed to be too much, please take a step back, take some time to yourself, and hopefully we'll see you back later. Tonight's game. What? Tonight's game has the following content that some may find disturbing: a little bit of emotional trauma, very mild ableism, and a little bit of lying and gaslighting. Before we begin, we're going to go ahead and go around the table here and start directly on the left on the bottom with Janie.
I am Janie. Um, she, they pronouns. I'm playing Ginger tonight, a Toon.
Anything else?
I don't remember.
That's fine. Next up is Synthetic 20.
Hey, everybody, I'm Synthetic. You can call me Sin. And I use they, them pronouns. Today, I'm going to be playing Chef Aura. And probably going to use they, them pronouns for Chef, too. Chef is a heart, which we're going to take that in the liberal usage of the word heart for this system.
Yeah. All right, next up, and God, I love your character reference there, Fail. Going with Fail.
Hey everybody, I'm Phil Prime. Tonight I will be bringing Trench Coat to life. I am a Toon private investigator.
All right, next up, Mary on Wheels.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. Go by the Nerd on Wheels online. And today, my pronouns are she, her. Today, I am playing Imogen McKay, who is our professor, little nerd that just wants to see the world. She uses she, her pronouns as well.
And last up, Lily Icegrab.
Hey, I am Lily Lestrade, and my pronouns are she, they, she. And I'm playing Mac today, who they also use they, she pronouns, and they are the brain. They're an inventor with a background in engineering.
And I am terribly sorry for mispronouncing your name. I can't tell if it's an
Hi.
I or
Oh, wait, that's because it's in lowercase.
yeah. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes more sense then. All right, for those of you who don't know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a hit movie from 1988 based on a book called Who Censored Roger Rabbit by Gary K. Wolfe. This game tonight is going to be based on the book, but is actually going to be run as a direct sequel to the movie. So we start 5 years after the ending of the first movie. Life went on as it usually did. Toontown was run by the Toons, and in that time frame after the closure of RK Maroon Studios, Toons were trying to figure out where to go for work. In the time frame, the Cartoon Syndicate had popped up under the control of Rocco and Dominic DeGreasy. These two men made very studious contracts and made sure all their toons were well prepared, well paid, and well treated. And those that didn't really want to play ball ended up going to other cartoon and comic strip businesses. Now, as we start, everybody vaguely knows who Roger Rabbit is. You've seen him in some of the comic strips and cartoons, mostly playing as a foil for Baby Herman. I'm actually going to go ahead and start here with Trent. Trent,
What's up, Daddy-O?
God. Um, for everybody here, it's about Tuesday afternoon. Trent, what are you doing today?
Well, I'd probably be hitting the streets looking for leads. I'm a bit of a private investigator, you see, but the cases don't really seem to be flowing in like they used to. Toons seem to be minding their own business, so I gotta make some dough. So I've been running small odd jobs here and there, finding lost cats, dealing with infidelity, just the usual.
All right. So when you get back to the office, there is a message. Do you have a secretary, or are you just one of those PIs that doesn't really have one?
I'm just a PI that I don't have a secretary. I'm purely by myself.
All right. This is from one of your neighbors.
Oh, I don't like my neighbors.
Yeah, they don't really like you either. But at the top of the note is scrolled, "I'm not your damn secretary. A gentleman was calling for you. Said you can call him at the Copacabana in Catalina."
Wow. All right. I've never had a gentleman caller before, so this will be a new and an interesting adventure for me.
And the name that you're reading, or the name that he wrote down for the guy, is Eddie Valiant.
All right. Well, I guess I better go make contact with this Valiant and see how it goes.
You actually know Eddie. You've run into him a couple of times over the last few years. He's kind of pushed some Toon cases your way, but he's slowed down a bit ever since he got married to what the hell's her name? Dolores. Since he got married to Dolores, he kind of backed off of the more higher end cases and is living a nice, peaceful life.
Sounds good.
You give him a call?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Eddie. How's Dolores? I
Oh,
heard you got yourself a couple of ankle biters now.
oh yeah, you know how it goes. Listen, Dolores and I, we're out here at Catalina with the kids, and an old buddy of mine.
Wait, are you at that wine mixer?
No, we're at a resort.
Fair enough.
Anyways, old friend of mine reached out. He's looking to hire a PI, and I know you're looking for the work, and I can't really do it myself. If I give you his contact, you mind helping out? I got a couple other people that I want to throw in on this.
Yeah, I could take a look over some things. What do you got for me?
His name's Roger Rabbit.
Ah,
Lives
I've heard
in
of him. The comic guy?
yeah. He's he's got this should be fairly easy case. I'm not really too concerned about it. Should pay well. He says he's got the money.
Sounds good. So I need to make contact with a Roger Rabbit.
Yep, he's in downtown Toontown, right
Oh,
on the
that's
other
not,
side of the Hollywood Bowl.
yeah, not too far from me. Not too far from me. All right, I'll look into it. I'll see what he's got going on.
Perfect. When you get there, uh, if I time this right, everybody should get there around the same time. But just be careful with the guy. He's a little sensitive right now.
I mean, he does look a little strung out in his comics, but taking care of a kid like that can't be easy.
Yeah. Anyways, I'll catch you later, all right?
Sounds good. Take it easy, Eddie.
Yeah, you too. After he hangs up the phone, I'm going to switch over to Ginger. Hey, Ginger, what are you up to today?
Oh, if it's afternoon, Ginger is working her secretary job, which is answering the phone and typing.
Do you want me to say where you're working, or do you have a
Yeah, that's
place in
fine. I
mind?
don't have any place in mind. It's a secretary job. It's
Okay, cool. So you work at an art gallery run by a kid named Little Rock. He's not necessarily a kid. I mean, like he's 24, 25. He's outside of his teens, but he's still fairly young. So you're over there taking in calls, people trying to buy art when the postman comes in.
hello. Can I help you today?
Yeah, I just got the usual mail and bills, and then I got this for you. And he hands you a letter with your name on it.
Gosh, I don't get letters. I'm just the secretary here.
Whatever. And he just kind of walks out, looks at one of the there's a series of art cells that are hung up on the wall, and he's just like, Toons. Walks out.
Ginger is a Toon, so she's typing, and it just looks very cartoonish. Just the typewriter's just clacking away. But when her little break alarm comes on, I'm going to say it just a little thing pops up that says break. She's going
Pops
to
up, and
open
it's
her.
like a fake version of Tweety Bird. Just
Yes,
pops out.
she'll like open her letter then.
It's from a Eddie Valiant. Says, I have a favor to ask. I know we met maybe once or twice, but an old friend of mine is looking to figure something out, and I'm putting together a team, and you'll be paid fairly handsomely.
Does it say what time I have to show up or where to show up?
It says later tonight, and it doesn't really have a time, but it does have an address in Toontown.
Oh, looks like these are my plans for tonight.
Nice. Gonna go ahead and go to Mac.
So,
It's a Tuesday afternoon. What you doing?
uh, I Mac has like an ad adjunct job, I suppose, at um, a university. If you have one on the map, you can choose that
Oh yeah.
one.
I mean, there's USC has a whole Toon division.
Okay. Yeah, at USC, and um like I think she requested like access to a workspace or a lab, um and they gave her like this disused garage. So Mac is in this garage. It's like a huge like blackboard setup that has like different scrawled formulas on them. And I think she's like in a chair at a desk, like hunched over a bunch of different like odds and ends that just look like metal parts to anybody else, and sort of muttering to herself, occasionally like pushing up her glasses on the bridge of her nose.
All right. You hear kind of a clattering at the entrance to your little garage workshop, and you see this kind of stately looking beaver walk in, and you recognize that he's one of the professors. He teaches physics, and his tail kind of hits a couple of pieces of metal and boxes, knocking him over, and you can hear him go, oh, shit. I'm sorry. Didn't mean that. I can pick this up if you want.
No. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Professor, I don't really get many visitors over here. Can I help you with something?
Maybe an old friend reached out saying he's looking for somebody to help him with a case. And he wondered if I knew anybody with great intelligence that would be able to help in this case. And first person I thought of was you.
Oh, Professor, that's really flattering, but you don't have to say that. A case like a mystery?
Kind of. Eddie wasn't very specific, but he said it paid well, and I know you could use the money too.
Yeah, it's I'm doing okay, but yeah, I'm only teaching one class now, so it could be helpful. It could, yes. What uh what do I have to do?
He pulls out a pencil and starts like just chewing through it, like the old cartoon where he just starts chewing and the whole thing disappears in like a couple of bites, right? He says, hold on. And he pulls out a notebook and flips through the pages, tears out the note, and says, he told me to send you to this address. There should be a couple other people waiting for you there.
Oh, okay, all right. Thanks, Professor. Thank you. Do
And
you want a few? And she like gestures to like this cup that is full of um unsharpened pencils. Do you need maybe a snack or something to
oh,
go?
no. I've got a fresh, very fresh pine waiting for me in the office.
I enjoy.
Anyways, yeah, please. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go eat. I think I need more.
Thanks, Professor. Can you close the door when you leave?
Oh, yeah, sorry. And he like scoops his tail underneath the one of the fallen boxes and like flips it back up, and he bends down and tries to lift up the panel he dropped. He's like, okay, fine. And he just closes the door behind him.
Yeah, I think Mac there kind of like looking at the work that they were doing and then like looking at this address and then like looking back at the work and then uh, I could finish this up later. And then they look at the address one more time and kind of kick back their chair and stand up and like straighten their coat. They're wearing like it's a little bit like a lab coat, but also could pass as like outerwear. And then they exit the lab as well, like through a back door, not the like pull up open part
Yeah,
of the garage. Yeah, and they're headed toward that address.
sweet. I'm gonna go over to Miriam Wheels. Why am I blanking on your character's name? Imogene. What you doing?
Tuesday afternoon, she's probably finishing up a class, probably uh at a similar university. I think it would make sense. We're probably from the same one. Uh,
Being you could be from a rival school, which would be UCLA.
ooh, oh yeah, we'll do that. That's more interesting.
All
Let's come
right.
up with drama. But yeah, so she's finishing up her class at UCLA. Like writing a few more different equations that she's been working on, trying to figure out the combination of Toon physics with our reality. And it's probably a little bit too advanced for the class that she is teaching. There's probably a few snoozing students, but right as that clock strikes, everyone is running out the door. And she's probably finishing her sentence. And that is why we have to carry this number. And then, oh, and she'll just put the chalk piece down.
You look and there's just one student who's just dead asleep. His head is hanging over the back end of the chair and he's like quietly snoring.
Yeah, yeah. It happens. She will wheel up to the student and just kind of give a light tap on the desk that he's sitting at.
And it's a human kid that is sitting there. He shoots up, goes, what?
Uh, Class is over.
Oh, crap.
Uh, Look, uh, it's not too hard. If we need to catch up, I do have times to meet up, but uh, just try not to have it happen again.
I'm sorry, Professor. I was up all night. A couple of the other guys in the frat were giving me Toon shine and that stuff. Oh God, never again.
Well, that would actually work as a very good project as to how that interacts with the human body. I definitely suggest, while not consuming it as much as you probably did, it might be a good thing to research.
Actually, not a bad idea. Thanks. Oh, some guy came up to me earlier, and I totally forgot to give this to you. And he hands you a letter.
Oh, but she will take it, kind rip it open, read what it entails.
It's a letter from Professor Bumblethatch. Oh, he's the Toon physics professor over at USC.
Gotcha. Fun. Yeah, she'll be reading it. Take a little sigh as she's reading it, like, oh no.
Says, Dear Imogen, I know you and I have not seen eye to eye over the many years of our various tenures, but I have a favor to ask. I have a friend who is in need of some rather intelligent and observant people. A friend of his is currently in trouble and is looking to get out of it. It pays handsomely, and you'd be doing me a favor to which I owe you. Signed, Thaddeus Bumblebratch.
Hey, we have that favor in writing, and there is just this large smile that goes across her face, and she just says, "Thank you for giving this to me. You have no idea how valuable this is. Uh, make sure you're not late for the next class."
Oh,
Uh,
right. And he like stumbles to his feet and then just does that sort of zombie shuffle to the door with the backpack dragging behind him.
With that being her last class of the day, she'll pick up her things, grab her briefcase that she carries with her, attaches it to the back of her chair, and heads out.
Also, on your letter, it gives you an address and around a time of day that the others should be meeting at. Last up, we got Chef Horror. What you doing, buddy?
probably in the midst of prep. And you know how you have that when two Toons are fighting, like you just have the big dust up? That's Chef in the kitchen. So they're preparing a lavish feast and doing so in barely any time. Just moving around the kitchen with incredible speed. How something doesn't get chopped off is anyone's guess.
The sous chef had to stop somebody from walking into your little war zone.
Oh yeah, the sous chef isn't there to help me cook. The sous chef is there for other people's protection.
The sous chef goes, just wait a minute. Wait until they're all right. I think you're safe now. Just be prepared to duck. And this guy walks up to you. You're Chef Aura, right?
Why, yes. Yes, I am.
Perfect. And he reaches into his pocket and hands you a letter.
Chef takes the letter and just... Excuse me.
Yeah.
I cook, I don't read.
Oh, yeah, sure. And he takes the letter. It says, Dear Chef Aura, uh, you once served me one of the best meals I ever ate about 2 years ago. And when I helped you out on that case for the missing kitchen knives that somebody stole from you, figured I want to throw a little something your way that might interest you. I have a friend in need. I'm hoping that you'll be able to help him along with several others. Signed, Eddie Valiant.
I don't usually work with others. Turning slowly to give a side eye to the sous chef.
Like instant fear.
But I suppose I could give it a try.
Do you look at the knives at all?
Only to pick up, not a knife, but like a cleaver. Like large meat cleaver, and then just shove it into the pocket where it disappears. Like there should be no way that a pocket would fit that, but it does.
Toon physics.
Yeah.
And the courier goes, there you go, sir. That's all it
Thank
says.
you.
He's backing up slowly while keeping his eyes on you. Quick steps out.
It's funny how people do that all the time with me. I wonder
No,
why.
no offense, chef, but you can be a little strong.
Chef's head like tilts and does that like anime star eye thing. Excuse me?
Nothing.
That's what I thought. Good job. You might stay longer than the last one.
Jesus. Holy shit. Okay, let's not.
I gave this chef the name for a reason.
I know, I just wasn't expecting this level of horror. So, your sous chef picks up the letter and says, do you want me to read you the address? He put an address on the back here for you.
Yes. Yes, please. In fact, give it to the driver.
Yeah, of course. And he also walks backwards while keeping an eye on you until you're out of sight. So now that everybody's been invited, it's about 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Takes you to this place called Toon Heights, which is, as I said, just on the other side of the Hollywood Bowl in downtown Toontown. There's a little bungalow that's nestled in between these two really funky looking Toon houses. And I'll let you all determine who gets there at what time and if you want to interact with each other before you start. But you should all be arriving relatively soon.
You said we have to be there at 5, right?
It's somewhere around there.
But see, I'm a Toon, and part of my thing is I have to be to places on time. Well, at 5:01. So I'm just gonna say there's this little montage of closing it's the office of the wherever the art gallery.
Hmm.
So you see like the blinds going down is the kind that pull down. They go down and go up a couple of times. And I want to say she spins around in a chair. She closes file cabinets. See, she's a tomb secretary, so she takes her job as a tomb secretary very seriously, which is not really doing much secretary work, but looking.
Looking the
But
part, yeah.
yeah, and then she gets into her car, which I think it's yellow, and she takes off down the road, but she ends up on the sidewalk, and I think probably nicks a tree. She speeds and it
Are
slows
you
down.
are you driving a Toon car or a human car?
Which would be funnier.
I think a Toon car would be hysterical.
Yes.
Makes things so much worse. So on top of hitting trees and stuff, you have people like trying to jump out of the way. Your Toon car doesn't say anything, but you can tell in its eyes that it's scared based on your driving.
Just imagining one of the little Toon trees like walking out of the way of the vehicle.
Yeah, like it just uproots and its gigantic legs start trying to move out of the way.
But I skid onto place just slightly on the curb at exactly 5:01.
All right, what about the rest of you? What time does everybody get there?
I think that's I think Mac is has a little bit of a similar um arrival time. Um they they left their little garage office as soon as they looked at the summons, and like it's sort of deserted outside on the uh her office is like right on the edge of the university, so it's like the actual street. It's not just like roads in the campus, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of deserted, and she like looks around and then gives this like super loud, piercing whistle, and like 5 cabs just like appear like at the sidewalk, like need to go somewhere. and um and she hops into one. um I think it could be funny if it's a human cab, actually. She hops into one of the cabs and precisely recites the address on this paper that she has. Um and the clock maybe says like 4:47, and she's like, and I need to be there at 5. um and like offers like a few extra bucks to the cab driver.
The
Um
driver looks at you with a smile and just very wild eyed, by the way. Like, as soon as he turns to face you, you notice that his head's doing like a full 180, and you just see that big Toon swirl of craziness in his eyes. And you realize this is a humanoid Toon behind the wheel. He's like, okay, and immediately steps on the gas, and you guys are easily doing like 70 down the street.
I love it. And then I think they screech up right behind Ginger's car in that like a almost similar manner of arriving at the sidewalk. And um Mac like spills out before the cab has even really stopped, and like stands up and like straightens their skirts and the collar of their coat, and then says, "Thank you, sir." Um
And
and
he reaches out of the window and passes you a business card, and he says, if you ever need another ride, let me know. And he
and
just zooms off.
and I think she actually like considers the card for a moment and then tucks it into the pocket that she has.
You before
Um
you do that, you notice that the guy's name is Otto Blitz.
okay, okay. Um she definitely is like, I guess that explains something, but he did at least get me here on time. I think she maybe even like sort of mutters that out loud. And then as she sees Ginger, and kind of goes over and say, were you invited to this gathering as well?
Oh, yes, yes, I was. 501 exactly.
Right. Yeah. I mean, um, being on time is really, really important. I wonder who else is gonna show up. Should we go inside and wait?
Um, no, I'll wait out here. I've, I have somebody coming by at 5:02.
Oh, that's a very specific time. Um, okay. Uh,
Like at that point, somebody else shows up. Who's it going to be?
Oh,
I guess it can be Imogen. Uh, Probably thinking that I think Imogen sets every clock at least 10 minutes fast, so she arrives on time to places. She's probably reeling in thinking it's 5:10 or 5:12 when it's really just 5:02. Uh, Car kind of like screeches to a halt, and then a ramp kind of pops out of the trunk as she kind of wheels herself out, it kind of folding up into itself.
well, you don't look like who I was expecting.
Uh, Sorry, I I'm assuming people gathering here. And she just kind of uh, smooths out her skirts and adjusts herself and just will calmly go towards the door and wait. Uh, it's interesting. I didn't know it was going to be a group. This is fascinating.
Does above table, does Imogen have like any titles, like is she doctor something something?
Yeah, she probably has like a doctorate
Okay.
in but she's very casual about it.
Okay.
But
Um, and I like, would she have published anything?
Um, I think so. I think she would have tried to mainly her focus has been in the involvement of Toon physics in accessibility needs and the combination of such. So yeah, she probably would have had a paper on using Toon science to develop more easily, like a motorized chair probably would have been one of her recent ones.
Okay. Um, yeah, so Mac is going to kind of look at Imogen a little bit with stars in her eyes. Like literally the way they do it in cartoons, and be like, "Oh, doctor, I've read your some of your papers, and that the publication you had on using Toon Science for accessibility needs, that was amazing. That's revolutionary. I hope you are able to continue your work."
Uh, and does Mac have a doctorate?
Yes. Mac has a PhD in engineering.
Uh, I Imogen will reply, Mac, Dr. Mac, I honestly, I think that your engineering skills combined, I think we could work out something very well. I would love it if you would switch to UCLA, but I understand if USC is your home. Um,
Uh, Well, they give me some lab space. It's modest, but it's very nice. And I really only have to teach one class, so I have a lot of time to devote to my inventions. That's kind of why I've stuck around.
that is nice. They have me teaching every 101 course imaginable as far as the subject. I was
Oh,
hoping to try and get something else, but
yeah, the
it's okay.
101s. And Mac definitely has like a sympathetic look on their face.
Around that time, either Auror or Trent show up. So
So, do to kind of set it the scene here. Do y'all remember? I want to say it was Sesame Street or something like where there was like a little private eye cartoon where the guy would like move through like cups, like glasses on the table.
yeah,
Yeah. So as everybody's talking, you all notice this trench coat like pulling itself out of the glass, like one of the windows on the car. The way that Trench moves through the streets is he moves through the windows. So he like walks through these planes, and he's struggling to pull himself out of one of your car windows.
I'm, I think it would be hysterical if you're trying to pull yourself out of Chef Auror's car window.
Let's go.
We can get there. I have a brief flashback before Chef Horror arrives,
Okay,
and that is Chef Horror has been driven to the address, and it seems to be taking longer than they expect. And so at one point they look up to the driver and say, "What was that address again?"
1717 Tunsienda Heights.
Good, good. And you see, like, normally Chef Horror does not have like any looking digits, but grows like a human like hand, grabs the driver by the throat and chucks them out. It's a Toon driver. So they got like the stars in their eyes whenever they land. And they get into the wheel and drive themselves.
I want to add, just for flavor, as you throw him out the window, you hear the Willem scream as you're zooming away.
And they just turn the road like, can never find good help these days.
You
And
just
then
you
pulls
just hear
up
behind
soon after.
you just hear behind you. Ain't that the truth?
And just heads back to the road.
Nice. So you get there. Trent is trying to yank himself out of the window here, failing.
And
Actually,
I've got like one leg like on the pavement, and like other leg is like stuck in the glass, and I'm like trying to pull it out of the window.
can you do me a favor? I'm going to have you do the first roll of the game here. I want you to roll me a smooth stunt to get yourself free.
That's what I have 2. All right. So
That should be a total of 5 for you.
I forgot that's what, just 5d6.
Yep. And you're trying to make matching numbers. For those of you who don't know, this game is called Outgunned. It is a fabulous system, kind of similar to Chronicles of Darkness in the way that you have a dice pool. You roll X number of dice, but rather than try to get high numbers, you're trying to get matching numbers. The more matching sets you have, the better the success.
That is 1 pair.
Okay. You manage somehow to get unstuck from this window. However, you face plant right into the ground while doing so, but you recover.
I'm gonna pick my dust my jacket off. Well, that would hurt if I actually had a face. And then I'm just gonna look at the crowd and reach into my trench coat and pull out a cigarette and just kind of offer it around. Anybody? Anybody?
Sure, I'll take one.
And you'll notice that like these aren't normal cigarettes. These are like Toon cigarettes. Like in big letters on the package, it just says "Death Sticks."
Wait, is it an Acme Death Stick or is it just Death Stick?
We can go Acme. I'm down. I'm down to play some Acme shenanigans.
Awesome. So it's an Acme Death Stick.
And I'll go ahead and go to light it, and it's just like basically just like looking at this guy. It's just like eyes, and then just like shadow, and then like a trench coat with like the like trilby like fedora sort of hat, and then just a cigarette just hovering there in the darkness.
Exactly as this character on the overlay is.
Chef gets out soon after, and they just look up. I didn't realize I had a passenger. And then you see them reach down with the car door still open, and then just press the gas, and the car speeds away without a driver.
That's
Hey,
cool.
I guess that's one way to agitate the gravel.
If you're not doing things like a Toon, what are you doing with life?
Fair enough, Daddy-O.
Imogen is
Hey,
furiously writing notes at everything she is seeing with like
I love that.
questions.
Hey, Vale, do you have a coin or do you want me to flip for you?
I don't have a coin at the moment. Oh
All
wait,
right.
yeah, hold on. Okay, I can. Yeah.
All right. Call heads or tails and flip it for me.
Heads. That is heads.
Okay. So as you're smoking your death stick, you hear a little bit of a fizzle, and then just a womp 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 come from the cigarette, and then you just keep smoking it as normal.
Uh, man, this one's a dud. I'll pull out another one and light it and put it.
Nice. Well, now that you're all there, the front door on the bungalow opens up, and I'm actually hold on. All right. So I'm going to read this verbatim straight from the book so you can get an understanding of how they would actually describe him. He was almost my height, close to 6 feet, but only if you counted his 18-inch ears. He wore only a baggy pair of shorts held up by brightly colored suspenders. His shoulders stooped so badly, he had to secure the suspender tops in place with a cross pair of cellophane tape. For eyes, he had twin black dots floating in the center of two oblong white saucers. His white stomach, nose, toes, and palms. Uh, his white stomach, nose, toes, and palms on a light brown body made him resemble someone who had just walked face first into a freshly painted wall. And he looks at you all and says, "Are you the ones that Eddie sent?"
Yeah, that's right.
Come on in, come on in. Uh, and while you're trying to get inside, you notice that the front door has this little metal ridge on the base, but you're able to either roll or walk right in with little issue.
Yeah, we'll just do a little wheelie over it and uh follow.
You get inside. It's in some parts of it, it's a little closed in and maybe considered claustrophobic, whereas in like the living room and the kitchen area, it's wide open, but a little dark and kind of reminds you of like a rabbit burrow. He's got bookshelves and portraits, paintings, cell art all over the place. And he motions into the living room for you. I greatly appreciate everyone coming. Eddie said that he was out of town, and I really needed someone to look into this for me. Anybody want a drink?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take an Acme martini.
I got Toonshine.
Oh, don't touch that stuff.
He reaches down for an earthenware jug that's got three X's on it.
I'll happily take some.
Oh, perfect. And he reaches underneath, grabs a couple of glasses, starts pouring it out. He leaves the jug there on the table and takes a big gulp, and you just see these puffs of like vapor clouds come out of his head, and he starts grabbing at him with like a butterfly net and lets them out the window.
Chef Horror takes a big swig and then tilts their head back and just fire spews into the air. Ah, just like Mom used to make.
Got this from my cousin down in Hoot and Holler.
Do you
That
need
sounds about
someone?
right.
Do you need a more local source?
Oh, no. They just ship it up to me from Kentucky.
Okay, but if you need a local source, just let me know.
I greatly appreciate that. Now to the matter at hand. I think the Cartoon Syndicate is kind of screwing me over. You see, the the big guy, Rocco DeGreasy, he refuses to let me leave, and the man promised me my own show and cartoon strip, and they won't give it to me. I need you to look into this. I know for a fact that they promised me my own strip and show, and they won't give it. And they won't listen to reason.
And somehow you think they'll listen to us, like a random group of people who, you know, where it seems like we're all kind of have different skills, and maybe you need, a negotiator, a lawyer or something on
I
this.
already tried all that. That's why I had to try and hire a private eye, but Eddie's out of town and he says he trusts you, all of you. I'm willing to pay very handsomely for this. And he sets down several checks. He did not write names on them so that you can fill in the names yourself. But each one is about $750.
My brain is not mathing. Can you math that for me?
So between the five of you, that's probably about $3,500. But in terms of inflation, that's about $3,500 a piece.
So if we're doing the math here, between 1950 and 2025, $750 is equivalent to about $9,962.
Oh, I was way off.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah, Mac's hand like sort of unconsciously like reaches for one of those checks, and then pulls back, and then like looks up at the sky again, and then swipes one of the checks and is like, I'd be happy to help you um with this problem that you have. Any anything that I can contribute, of course.
I greatly appreciate that. I'm really, really begging you all to be able to help with this. I feel like if I can get enough of an expertise base, maybe there's something that all these lawyers and arbitration guys couldn't see.
What do you have your contract that you signed between them with these promises included?
Somewhere I have to go look, but you can get one at Rocco's office at the Toon Syndicate.
Okay.
And he points to this little like corner office he's got. It's probably the size of a broom closet, and you can just see that there is a mess in there. um like a mixture between a depression horde and like very important documents all kind of shoved into one room. The door is slightly bulging.
Well, at least you got all your stuff in one place.
Yeah. I really appreciate you all doing this for me. Um, Couple other things. He did he had said it in front of other people. Um, Baby Herman and our photographer, Carol Masters. I was there for a photo shoot, and he and I got into it, and he told me he was going to give me that comic. He refuses now. I can get you their addresses if you need it.
So you're saying they're witnesses to this
Yes.
promise. Okay. Yeah, I suppose we could talk to them, at least maybe if they agree to some sort of statement that says that they heard this promise given and uh you know think that it is binding. That could be something.
Oh, it's so relieving to know that somebody's actually going to help me here. And he reaches underneath this mushroom shaped table, pulls out this oak box, opens it, and you see carrots in there with like gold leaf wrapping around the center as if they're cigars. And he pulls one out, takes a sniff, and bites on it.
Hey, any friend of Eddie's is a friend of mine. I'll help you.
Thank you. Were you going to say something more?
I was going to say, this is... How long do you expect this to take?
Shouldn't take too long, I hope. Maybe a day or two.
If it does in fact go longer than a week, I believe it would be a good idea to request at least $100 a week in expenses. Otherwise, I'd have to cut you instead of a check.
He, like, instant fear goes, I can do that. I can do that. No need to
Good,
get hostile.
good, good to hear.
Uh,
Wait, I know you. I had your food once. It was delicious.
That is what everyone says.
And I'm not. I don't think I caught your names, but I do recognize you, Professor. And he points to Imogen. Says, I read your dissertation on Toon physics. It was astounding.
Thank you. Whatever I can do to help. Uh, it seems as though there's always a loophole somewhere. You just have to figure out where it is.
I've gone through all the paperwork dozens of times. I've been going through this for months, and honestly, I'm getting really tired of it. That's why I'm hoping maybe you can help me. If there's anything that you would need during this, please let me know. I want to get this fixed. I want what's mine.
She just
Well,
nods and just kind of feels for him.
I uh I suppose we should start over here in this office. Um, kind of looks like mine where my assistant hasn't been in for a while.
Are you looking for a new assistant?
I well, the university assigns me
Oh,
TA, so um
well, I'm Ginger, Toon secretary.
okay, that's yeah. I suppose if the university would allow me to hire a secretary, though, I don't really get many people, trying to call me. Um, in fact, I don't see many people outside my students at all, to be honest.
Well, that sounds like a dud of a job.
Oh, no. I am able to create some really fantastic things. Um and I think like at this point she pulls out like her drawing tablet that's like touch screen, and it runs on Toon Tech, and she turns it around and says, I mean, look at this here, like n- uh it has a stylus, but like, you could just write, and like she sort of writes.
Oh, I
Yeah,
get it. You got a side gig going on. They
I,
pay you
I,
for it, and you do.
it's a legitimate
Yeah, that's what they all
discipline.
say. Legitimate.
Oh, okay. Uh, should we look in the office?
Oh, don't try and open that door. If you try and open that door, it'll send you flying. I can work on this if you want to start one of the others.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, you have those addresses of those
Uh, y-
witnesses?
yeah. Hold on. And he goes over to the piano, opens up this ancient-looking Rolodex, and like flips through it, pulls out the one for the Cartoon Syndicate, the one for Carol, and the one for Baby Herman. Here you go.
Uh, okay. Um, team, should we have a bit of a meeting and figure out what is our next move?
You're the one in charge, aren't you?
Oh no, I'm not in charge. I just you know, uh I s- I suppose
Okay,
I
boss.
am used to having some people to tell them what to do.
Okay, boss.
She mouths boss, but like doesn't say anything.
All right. Well, let's see here. We are going to go ahead and take a quick break here, and we'll be back with the rest of the session. Welcome back, everyone. We're live. Okay. I forgot that there's that forgot that there's that lag between when Meg tells us we're live and when my screen actually shows it. Oh my god. Anyways, don't judge me. At least don't judge me too harshly. Um, last we left off, our group had gotten a rather simple but strange request to go and look into Roger Rabbit's contract and to figure out why he's not getting his own show. So you all had stepped out of his place. What's the plan?
I can drive.
Can you?
Yeah, get in.
Uh,
Damn.
Um, sure. I,
Are we all
I
going
just
together?
Oh, you can get in too. There's plenty of space for you.
I was going to say that it might not be good for someone's health if I ride with them.
that sounds ominous and weird.
But you got rid of your car.
I threw my last driver out the window. Was that
So
less
you want to
ominous than
drive?
weird?
You can drive. I don't know if my car likes any other drivers. I'm sure you like look at the car. He's probably scared to have Ginger drive it.
It's currently hiding behind a tree.
What, yeah, what does this car look like?
It's like a yellow bug, I think.
Okay.
Well, did they have bugs at 53?
Yeah, they did.
Okay. Yeah, yellow bug.
I believe the first Volkswagen Beetle was made in 1944.
So what Chef Horror is going to do is going to take something out of their uh, bag that they have, and it looks like a tire, but it's like looks like one of the cartoon stakes that you dangle in front of dogs in cartoons. They'll be like, just a second. And they'll dangle the stake in front of Ginger's car.
It doesn't move at first. And then it starts like doing the weird tiptoe thing.
While the car's tiptoeing, take a can of oil and like spray the oil on it.
Immediately, you just see it like doing that Toon salivating thing where it's just like pouring down its face and immediately like zooms up to you and like tries to grab it.
You're so good with cars. I usually have to chase it down for at least a good 5 minutes.
I'll toss I'll toss the rubber stake up into the air and look back. My brother was a mechanic.
So many notes. So many notes. I'm just writing all the notes.
Okay.
You writing so fast it's like actually smoking on the paper.
Yes.
By the way, Fail did post he posted in the chat there. It's the first VW Beetle was created in 1938.
Wow.
Okay.
You don't want to know why it was created.
No, you do not.
I I mean I can assume with that year.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So,
The car's compliant.
uh,
And
what was your
what
name
do you
again? Looking at Ginger.
Ginger,
Nice to meet you, Chef.
nice to meet you, Chef.
Would you like me to drive?
Yes, you can drive. The car just loves you.
They'll take the keys. Of course. And anyone who'd like to get in, you're more than welcome to.
I think now that Chef has the keys instead of Ginger, Mac, just like opens the back door. Wait, did Beatles have four doors then?
I don't know.
I don't know
The
either.
door.
There were two door.
Yeah.
Like opens the door and does that like complicated like pull this up and then push this thing and then the seat flips forward and she kind of folds herself into it was probably not even a full back seat back then, right? Like folds
I
herself
don't know.
into this spot.
It's a Toon car, so I'm assuming that we can all fit in it.
Right,
Like
right.
the seat will actually like grow and extend so that you have a more comfortable spot to sit in.
Right.
So this
Uh
is what they mean by stretch limo.
yeah, this is a nice car, Ginger. And then um Mac had the piece of paper with the address on it. So I think then she kind of hands it like to whoever has gotten into the front seat and says, "Well, these are the addresses we need to go to."
Imogene, are you driving your own car?
I think the thought process of being thrown out of the car is not the most appealing, especially needing to sit in the front seat. So yeah, she's just going to be like, "I'll meet you there," and get into her own car, and then like start categorizing all her notes, before people take off of like just stream of thoughts just coming out, and she will say, "If anyone else needs a ride, you're welcome. Or else I can meet you there."
Where's Trent riding?
I'm just if anybody's watching, I just walk up and I look at the car and I kind of like breathe on the glass and like rub it so it's kind of like shining a little bit more for a reflection, and then I just step into that reflection. And if anybody's watching other reflective surfaces, it's just him like walking through reflective surfaces.
All right. So now I need to ask, where's the location y'all are going? You got 3 different places you can go. The DeGreasy Comic Syndicate, you can go to Baby Herman's, or you can go to Carol Masters.
First one on the list.
Sounds great to me. Maybe hold off the comic syndicate until we get a bit more information.
Okay, so you're going to go to Baby Herman's.
Sure.
I'm good with that.
Yep, so whatever the boss says.
All right, give me 1 sec here. All right. So, as you arrive, Baby Herman's house is up in like the Crescenda Heights area. It's one of the wealthier parts of LA. His house is on this massive plot of land. You pull up, there's large stone gates with a big wrought iron fence. The door opens immediately as soon as you pull up, and as you're going down the stone drive, you notice that there's a bunch of Toon goats in overalls that are eating the grass and trimming them. And it's probably like almost a quarter mile from the entrance until you hit this massive mansion. It's got this big fountain of Baby Herman right there in this roundabout. And as soon as you pull up, a human butler greets you at the door. Welcome. May I ask who you are and what you're doing here?
Um, if no one speaks up, I think uh, Imogen will just say, "We were hoping to be able to speak with Baby Herman. We were doing some research on comic strip contracts and potentially him being as a star power that he is, well, who better to talk to?
Understood. One moment. And he disappears inside, leaving the door open.
Imogen, after he leaves, she'll just kind of whisper, I do hope that was okay to say.
I'm
Well,
just slowly walking up the drive. I'm just like, I tried talking to the lawn service, but them billy goats are pretty gruff.
Were there 3 of them?
There were.
uh, yeah, I think we could try to pass as researchers. Oh, I wish I had had a chance to talk to my assistant before we left, so I could kind of get into character. But researcher.
Maybe some of us can distract while others kind of search for information.
Yeah, this place is enormous. Um, it's like we might have a bit of a hard time just going into room.
Real quick, hate to interrupt. Thank you so much, BFG, for the bits. Love you, man. Anyway, sorry.
Also, I think that maybe there's um I don't know. Imogen seems as if you would be good as the one speaking, representing our group. I'm not sure well, I don't really relate to people that well. That's one of the reasons why I only teach one class, uh, just a lecture. Um, and maybe the chef, you might want to be one of the people searching instead of talking.
I'm sorry. I could not hear what you were saying just now. I think you said chef in there, but I
I
couldn't
did.
hear any of
I
it.
did. Yeah, it's just that maybe not all of us are kind of great at interviewing, relating to people. I know I don't do it very well. That's why I only teach one class. I really much prefer to be inventing and um, tinkering around. And uh, I feel like there's a few people in a group who would be maybe better at doing the investigation part rather than the speaking to baby Herman part. And chef, I feel like you might be really good at rifling through people's things and finding clues.
That is fair, but I'm not very stealthy.
I'm not sure if we have to be super stealthy right now. I mean, this place is huge. Like it's not like someone can be everywhere, right? Oh, I
Fair
don't know.
point.
You see the butler come back. Says, please come in.
I'll just park the car.
I've seen how you park cars. Let's let the car take care of itself.
Chef is like looking over, like they were trying to be discreet about separating from the group.
Oh, I think I left something in the car. Could you get it for me?
Sure. Just side-eyeing.
So, as you're going back towards the car with everybody else going in, let's see here. So yeah, you're ushered into the den with a very sophisticated playpen setup. A Barcelona chair rested beside a rocking horse. Abstract metal sculptures straddled wobbly towers of alphabet blocks. A fine post impressionist painting hung just above a wooden peg supporting a tatty security blanket, one end well chewed. Baby Herman, 2 feet tall, wearing only a diaper and bald save for one dark hair sprouting at the precise center of his crown, sat in a high chair in front of a TV. A good portion of his lunch, strained peas, pureed beef, and applesauce, still clung to his chin and to the tray in front of him. He was watching one of his own shows, giggling happily every time one of his Toon foils took a clout to the chops. He reaches over for the remote, lowers the volume. So, I hear you helping out Roger.
Word does travel fast.
Roger called ahead, told me you were coming.
Oh. Well. Glad we're all on the same page.
He wanted to make sure that I was home for this. It would be a real pain in my ass if you showed up and I wasn't here, you know?
Understandable.
How can I help you? And the butler walks around, opens up a cigar box, and you see Baby Herman take one and light it up.
Seeing that, I'm gonna reach into my trench coat and pull out a flask and take a swig, and then hand it over towards Baby Herman.
He grabs the flask from you, rips the bottle nipple off of his bottle, and throws it on the flask quick and starts chugging. Hey, this is good stuff.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it. I'll have a bottle sent over immediately.
Hey, don't even worry about it. You're among friends. Like I said, I want to be able to help you. So, what do you want to know?
Well, Roger mentioned that you may have been present when he was being offered a comic deal.
That whole thing with Rocco over at Master's place. Yeah. Listen, I love Roger. He's a good friend. But man's on his last end of his rope here. He's slowly losing it, you know. He got into it with Rocco de Greasy.
But I mean, was a promise made? Did you hear them say they were offering this deal?
I mean, a man who promises a deal while getting the shit slapped out of him. You know, I feel like it's not a deal one's gonna actually uphold.
Let's pull back there. Who was going ape on old Rocco?
Roger, of course. Didn't think he had it in him.
All right, all right.
Backhanded him once, got him to the ground, Started trying to whoop his ass with a lunchbox. A lunchbox!
And it is made out of, aluminum. Um, it's a metal technically. It's pretty sturdy.
Was it a Toon lunchbox?
No, it was a straight up metal one.
Oh.
Thermos and all?
Oh, yeah. Still full, too. Had his half a sandwich and a bunch of carrots.
What brought on this fit of anger?
A couple things come to mind. First one being, Roger's wife left him a couple weeks ago. And now the syndicate's saying, or Roger keeps saying that he's supposed to get his own strip and his own show, but Rocco doesn't want to do any of that. And I think the bunny's got a couple screws loose,
But was his wife leaving him part of any of this, or did that just kind of happen at the same time?
Like I said, I don't. It only happened a couple weeks ago. From what I heard, Jessica Rabbit walked out on Roger one day and goes back to living with her old flame, Rocco the Greasy.
I'm gonna reach
Oh,
in and I'm like, if anybody's watching, I pull out a Rolodex and I'm flipping through, and then I reach into the Rolodex and I pull out a file, like a full-on vanilla envelope, and I open it up and I'm like, ah, yeah, Jessica Rabbit, got that right here. She actually came in not that long ago, wanting some information on Rocco.
interesting. I didn't even know. I don't really talk to her that much, especially over the last, I don't know, 5, 6 weeks. Seemed kind of different.
I'm gonna, like hastily like write in, seemed off, baby Rocco.
Is the butler still in the room?
No.
Okay. Um, I think at this point, uh, Mac is going to actually sort of like back away from everyone and kind of just casually exit this room and go snooping.
Okay. I'm going to have you make a roll for me. Hold on. Uh, Either nerves or smooth and
Mhm.
stealth.
Okay. Um, where is stealth? Oh, that's not too bad for me. I have 2 in stealth, and I will do smooth, which I have 3. Uh, okay, I got a matching 6, 2 sixes. That's the only.
So a pair. All
Mhm.
right. Now, with this system, you can do a re-roll. However, you have to keep whatever you roll.
Mm,
So if you want to try and go for more success,
right.
you'll have to abandon this one.
Uh, no, I think actually in keeping with Mac as a character, she's kind of cautious. So,
Okay.
yeah.
You start to sneak around. Where are you trying to go?
Um, I think maybe to Baby Herman's like room, like
Okay.
where his, personal stuff would be.
So you pass by his bedroom, like you're walking towards his bedroom and you actually pass it because straight ahead is his office. So I'm going to give you the choice of whichever one you want to go to.
Um, I think I'm gonna go to the office.
Okay. What do you want to look for?
Um, that is a good question. I think I think she's actually curious why baby Herman is kind of so reticent to say, like, it seems like he could just be like, yeah, he said it was a deal, and whatever. Especially if Roger Rabbit is someone who he might call a friend or an acquaintance. So I think Mac is going to kind of rifle through the desk and look for, like, is there anything here that shows that baby Herman has maybe been in contact with, or like gotten any money from, or any kind of correspondence from the syndicate, or uh what's his name personally.
Okay. Roll me focus detect.
Okay. All right, I have 4 altogether. That is nothing. If we were playing Yahtzee, it would be something good, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. So while you're looking around in there, you do find Baby Herman's contract. Um, his contract is like in a uh, gold plated wall hanger, right? Picture frame. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. And it's very obvious, like what's on there. You can very clearly read it. Um, Part of his salary is almost $100,000 a year, not including bonuses. However,
Okay.
the other thing that you notice is that the contract lasts for the next 20 years.
Okay.
Before I come back to the consequences of your actions, um, Chef Horror, you went back to the car to quote unquote search for something. What do you want to do?
Uh, I will go ahead and uh, let's see. Where where were you just searching?
The office of baby Herman.
Okay. Uh, I think I'm going to go looking around for, let's see what else. I'm sure that Baby Herman has to have memorabilia of himself.
Oh, yeah. He's got a whole room.
So I want to look around the various memorabilia and see if I can find anything relating to like future strips that might exist or anything of the like.
All right. Let's see here. Focus detect, please.
Okay. Okay. You can reroll once, but you keep. Can you reroll
Uh,
individual dice?
no, it's got to be the whole set unless you have a specific feat that lets you do that.
Okay. Then I have Well, I don't know what they would call it in the system, but I have a full boat, so
What would that?
a trio and a pair.
Okay, yeah. So you've got a critical success and a basic success. Um, while you're looking around, you're seeing all sorts of comic history as well as human history. He's got a signed Babe Ruth baseball and bat. He's got early photos with Superman. He's got some pictures with Mickey Mouse and Walt Disney. Um, he's got a few photos with Dick Tracy. There's a lot of stuff in here. However, there's one in particular that seems to be framed towards the center back wall, and it's a picture of him with Carol Masters and Rocco DeGreasy.
Okay. I'm going to keep that in my back pocket. But speaking of things I'll keep in my back pocket, it really seems like Imogen is obsessed with Toon stuff. So I want to grab something that would be inconsequential to baby Herman, but would mean the world to her.
There is a mallet that you find that's got Bugs Bunny's signature on one of the faces. It seems to be obscured by a shelf and a stack of other memorabilia.
Oh, I'm taking the mallet.
All right, so you just stick that right there in your pocket.
Indeed.
Go back to the rest of the group here. So he looks at the three of you, says, I really care about Roger. And I really hope that this whole thing about him getting his own show is true. But I got to look out for my interests right now. See, all this, it doesn't pay for itself.
Understandable. You have been doing the same types of episodes for a while now, from what I've followed.
Well, there's that, and now I got this whole line of baby food with Gerber, and the baby food's where it's getting. That's where all my money's coming from, with my wholesome image. He like waves his tiny baby hand in front of his face and then like sticks the cigar in there.
Can you do the baby face?
He takes the cigar out and gives you this like slightly toothless grin and just like, as cute as he possibly can. And you see like little twinkles coming off.
Don't y'all just love to see that baby face?
It
It's
is wonderful.
beautiful. Yeah. Um,
That's when you hear a little bit of commotion coming from the office. Mac,
yes.
while you were reading the contract, the butler is standing in the doorway. You're not supposed to be in here.
I think like just before she heard the butler, she put on these glasses, and they have these they look like sunglasses, but there's like a little notch like at the top, and she pushes it, and this like piece of paper like slides out of the bottom, and she has like reverse engineered a Polaroid camera, and, and made it into like glasses. So she like pulls the piece of paper out and like sticks it in one of her lab coat pockets quickly, and then takes off the glasses and kind of tucks them like in the top of her shirt and turns around and oh, I am so sorry. I was, looking for the restroom and so totally understand like this isn't the restroom, but that plaque just really caught my eye and I just had to get a bit of a closer look. I'm yeah, let's go back to the rest of the group. You're butlering very well. I commend you.
That is what I do. I buttle.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. And she's gonna like step around him and like casually because nothing, she wasn't doing anything nefarious or dishonest. She just
He,
kind of keeps walking in front of him.
yeah, he moves out of the way, but quickly follows directly behind you. And as soon as he gets into the foyer area, he turns and goes up to Baby Herman. And for everybody else that's there, you hear him say, "So don't forget about the shoot with Gerber." Oh, right. Slipped my mind. Listen, I hate to cut this meeting short, but I gotta go do some other things. I gotta work and make that money.
Completely understandable. If you think of anything at all, uh, and Imogen will get out one of her cards. Uh, please let me know, especially if there's any updates with contracts and things like that. I really hope someday you get your own solo show.
Oh, I'm sure there's one in the works. Me and Rocco, we've been talking a little bit over the last, I don't know, maybe 6 months. He's talking about doing something, but most of the time he likes to keep me with all these foils and fall guys. It's actually really entertaining. I like doing it. You might want to give that to my butler, James Sir Benson Mum. He, if you don't want me drooling all over it, I tend to do that.
Of course, Imogen will give it. When Baby Herman was talking about the solo show, were there any tells? Uh, basically, in this conversation, I think that's what Imogen is looking for. Of like, did we hit something, the conversation piece that possibly
I'm
uh
gonna have you roll focus detect.
okay. 5 dice. Uh, and you said, is there, you can only re-roll, how does the re-roll work?
So you get your standard reroll, which is you have to reroll everything and you have to keep the new whatever you rolled.
Okay.
There's also a free reroll based on your feats. If you have a free reroll that follows that condition, you can roll it and then choose either the first one or the second one. And there is an all in, which is you roll everything again and you take damage for every single one that you get.
I think I'll do the basic re-roll where you just have to get what you get the second
Yep.
try. Because I got basically great for poker, terrible for this. Okay, that is better. I have a pair.
Looking at him, he seems extremely sincere. There's actually a portrait that he looks at that's directly behind you of him and Roger together, and they appear to be just as happy as can be. He definitely has some form of care and concern for him.
Imogen's just like, well, good luck on the Gerber photo shoot. I guess we should be leaving then? There are other
Uh,
names on the list.
yeah, of course. James, sir, can you get me out of this thing? I got to clean up for this. And the butler, undoes the tray, gets him up, and you just see him kind of waddle down the hall. Says, don't mind me for being an ingracious host. You can see the way out. I got to go clean up. Problem with being a 40-year-old in a 3-year-old diaper.
Understood.
You may want to put that squeaky toy away too before you head off to the.
I am
dog
not
street.
taking away the squeaky toy from my dog. Let him have fun. The boy deserves his fun. So he's walking away. Butler's following behind him, but he turns around. Oh my God, Byron.
I'm just picturing him walking away, and as he's walking, like just his feet are squeaking.
He's stepping on squeaky toys as he's walking through another playroom. In game, honey. I have to find a way to turn the real world noises into the game. So, like, as the butler's walking away, he stops, turns around, looks directly at Mac, puts 2 fingers to his eyes, and then straight at you.
uh, Mac is just like doesn't even really know what to reply to that, and so kind of does like a weird like salute.
So, with that, actually think that's probably a good place to end tonight. So why don't we go ahead and do some outros here, starting with Lily.
Hi, I am Lily Lescribe in Twitch and Discord. But I spend most of my time over on Instagram as a Lily PHL. It's mostly my fiber art stuff that I do there. And I am in a couple of different podcasts that you can check me out on. The first one is called Misfits of Space. That is an actual play of Scum and Villainy, is the campaign we're working on right now. We've got a lot of episodes in the can on that podcast, so you should definitely go check that out. And we started out with the Star Wars system. So space is our thing, as is the name. I'm also in another actual play, which is called Greetings from Stability. It is a horror anthology podcast where we play a bunch of different systems. Most of them are indie from Itch, and everything always takes place or is related to this one town in the PNW, but we play different characters at different times and all that kind of stuff for it. And then the third one is not an AP. It is a like 3 people. It's called Blurred on the Street. And it is 3 of us, women, Black and Indigenous, talking about being in geeky spaces and different current events that happen. Yeah, so that's me. And then, of course, here uh, at Singularity Roleplay for this Roger Rabbit campaign.
Nice. Next up, Mary on Wheels.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary. I've been playing Imogen. Our pronouns are she, her. As far as where you can find me online everywhere at the Nerd on Wheels. Coming up for me, you can find me every other Wednesday on Enchanting Sorcery Productions for Fandelver and Below Halia's Harriers. We have taken traditional D&D lore, thrown it in the garbage, and made our own. and currently are going through the classic Wave Echo Cave dungeon in our preparation to defeat a fascist government. So that is every other Wednesday, and then check socials for upcoming things, especially for Pride coming up.
Toppling fascist governments is actually everything we should be following because that's amazing. Fail.
Hey everybody, I'm Fail Prime, or for this, Trench Coat. I'd like to thank you all for coming and hanging out with us here at Singularity. I do solo stream on Fail Prime, typically during the week, Monday through Friday. Right now we are running some Path of Exile 2 and Monster Hunter, but we are actually getting ready to set up a very special stream. We are getting to play what has kind of been pointed out to me as one of the most fucked up games to come out of the 90s. It is called Harvester, and we are going to jump in and play some Harvester coming up this week. So if you all want to join around and see just how fucking crazy that shit gets, please stop on by. In terms of Singularity, I have been on hiatus for a while, but I am coming back, and we do have a project coming up. A project with some very strange rules that everybody will have to follow. So please keep your eyes out for that, and we will head over to the next person.
Sin.
Hello, I'm Synthetic. You can call me Sin. I've been playing your wonderfully delightful Chef Horror. And both myself and the chef use they them pronouns. Where am I going to be? Only current projects I have are here on Singularity. So next month I'll be on Sunday the 11th here for Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse. And on the 17th, I will be here for Country of Mist. So you can catch me in those things. Or one of these days, if you want to follow me at Synthetic GM on Twitch, I'm going to stream. I'm going to think about streaming. I'm going to ruminate on streaming and maybe one day get around to it. That's me.
Janie.
Hi, I'm Janie. I played Ginger, she, they pronouns all around. Um, I have tomorrow, actually, I'm going to be on, I can't remember the name of the channel. It's a charity stream for ACLU. I'm playing Dragon Age on Dax's channel. I wish I could remember what the channel name was because we're raising money. And then next week, I have a game on House of Dreams. It's a Wander Home game. And then on May 8th, I am coming back with Spring, which is part 3 of my series where people are, I guess, dealing with a lot of Janie nonsense. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry. I don't know why my phone just did that.
Nice. Oh, love it.
Yeah, lots of JD nonsense on May 8th, Singularity, 8 Eastern, 7 Central.
Love it. Guess that leaves me. Before I do my thing, I also want to thank Meg Mysteria for doing and handling our tech, as well as the amazing backdrop that we have for the overlay tonight. It looks absolutely amazing. As for me, yeah, my name's Alan, the All Seeing Eye. I am a professional game master and game writer. I do have cases that I have written for a game called City of Mist. It is in Drive-Thru RPG under the City of Mist Garage, so you can look for it there. All those cases are related to a stream that we previously did here, or a series that we previously did here called Breaking Neon. Where you'll find me next, as Sin said, It's going to be the next episode of Fragments of Tomorrow's Apocalypse, which is the second Sunday of every month. Except for in June, we are not going to have that. And then the following week, next month, I will be back reprising my role as Father Deacon Brandt, Rift of Lucifer, and Priest with a Mission of Revenge. And then we'll be back with more Who Killed Roger Rabbit, and at some point, either between those or at some point next month, I will be trying to do a couple of streams. For those who didn't know, there was a horrendous fire over at the Minnesota Renaissance Festival that claimed roughly 30 booths. A lot of those folks that are over there have lost a lot of their they've lost their workspace as well as their vendor space. They're all friends of mine, and so I'm working with them right now to see if they're going to be throwing up any GoFundMe's or taking charity donations, so I can try and help raise money to be able to rebuild that. So at some point, I will be doing at least one charity stream where we play Dungeons and Dragons Cards Against Humanity style, as well as potentially doing Apex Legend, the board game, on Tabletop Simulator. I'm going to try and get a group together so we can just live stream, hang out, try this new game. It's absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it's by Glass Cannon Games. And that's it for me. Stick around. We're going to go ahead and throw a raid to our amazing Ryan. He's one of the people that's in our Discord, who's absolutely fantastic and is currently playing Middle Earth. And we're going to surprise the crap out of him. So stick around for that and have a wonderful night.